Right now we are doing, it's actually our 24th anniversary National Night Out is what I still call it, Night to Unite. My mom, Dorothy Mankey, is the one who initially was the chair, and she's been, well, I guess the captain for all these years, and she's really been kind of the inspiration behind it. And she's just one of those people that everybody just loves anyways. And then Carolyn Cushing, who lives directly across the street from us, has been her co-captain all these years. Both of them are getting up there, and my mom is actually 91 and a half. And so she decided this year that it was time to pass the baton on. But they've been really great as far as inspirational for the entire neighborhood, because they're out there, they're checking to see what's going on with other people without being that kind of nosy type neighbor, but they're just genuinely concerned. In this way, you kind of know what's going on. If a neighbor's gone, well, you check with Dorothy and find out, and okay, they're on vacation, so there shouldn't be anybody over there. Age ranges from, her being the oldest to actually having some really young people in the block too. But we all get along, and I think that a lot of that has to do with this night, because we all come together. You drive down the street and everyone waves at you. Neighbors stop. You'll see a group clustered in the middle of the road. They might have been checking their mail, but they stop and they find out what's going on with each other. And so there's some genuine interest in really the community. And if you don't go out and you don't find out what your neighbors do, you don't find this information. A painter who's done some beautiful work, and we have another neighbor who used to do pottery. There's a lot of really interesting people, and gardening is kind of always a big thing. You get people talking over the fence. You'll just see them, for hours just sitting there talking. We also have like a Christmas party, so everyone brings Christmas cookies, and it's just a great time. So it's really a unique block, and I really do feel that Dorothy and Carolyn are really kind of the ones who started it. Back with Jerry Rudeman, he is really the one who brought this to Roseville and really kicked it off. So we have him to thank for it, and she's just kept it going all these years.
Wanted to invite our neighbors, our friends, our families, and also the fire and rescue to come and unite together, have some fun, have some dinner, get to know each other. We have some brochures about our Alzheimer's walk and the services that we have here and how we can support our community. This party tonight took all of our leadership team, which is over 25 people, and all of our staff that work in the building on any given day are all here helping serve and provide and bring out people. So everybody's kind of coordinating everything to get everybody fed and get everybody served. And what's really nice is to hear from our neighbors how nice it was, and how to see the people who we take care of, and that we really do a good job here taking care of our elderly. Just being able to appreciate what we have and who we have supporting us was really a great takeaway, and you feel really good when you go home tonight.
We see friendships that really develop. You may have a resident who is living here, and then a resident who is rehabilitating here, and they go back home. And in the years that I've been here and that we've been doing this, we see that friendship that they started here continue to grow. And having the Night to Unite, it really speaks to the unite part, in that it's a good time for everyone to get together, and those friendships, no matter how old you are or how debilitated sometimes, how those friendships can grow and year after year continue to evolve.
Obviously the whole thrust of these events was originally for, kind of that safety aspect of it. But to be honest, when Cheryl and I moved into this neighborhood 3 years ago, we threw the first block party just as an excuse to get to meet all of our neighbors. So from the community engagement standpoint, I welcome that kind of, engagement as well. When we first started, I think we mostly had people just kind of at our end of the street, and now we're getting more people from the rest of the block, which is great. Now as the kids are getting older and there's more kids in the neighborhood, I think we might get more elaborate. In subsequent years, we were talking about maybe even doing like a bouncy house this year or something. We didn't, but maybe next year, as the kids get older and more kids moving in the neighborhood, we'll probably consider something like that. It's a way for everyone just to get to know each other, and now you're no longer strangers living next door to each other that kind of wave, as you go to work. And we learn more about backgrounds and children and grandkids and where they grew up and what they do professionally. And it's an awesome way to get to meet your neighbors. And now it's builds that sense of community, I think, more than what was there before. This is very much a commuter type town, and people are kind of coming and going, and this is an excuse for everyone to stop and take a moment to hang out with each other, and I think that's great.
We're out just being part of the community for Night to Unite, and it's our chance to get out and interact with community members and tell them a little bit about what we do. It's a great way to meet people and to better understand the community and explain what it is we're able to help them with, both in emergencies and non-emergency situations. One of the neat things about Roseville is the diverse community we have, and to see the different populations and be able to meet so many people that have such different life experiences. It's neat that this has taken off the way it has, and I know both from my neighborhood and the neighborhoods we get to go around. It's really great to see the people come out and know their neighbors and build that sense of community, and not only for us to learn about other people, their cultures, but for the regular neighbors as well. It's a really neat program. It's neat to see there's so many block parties in Roseville. It's hard to get to them all, but that's a good thing because that means the community's getting out and getting engaged and getting to know each other, and that's why it's such a great place to live and work.
Well, this is an old neighborhood in Roseville, corner of Parker and Avon, just off of County Road B near Victoria. A lot of the houses here were built in the mid-50s. My parents moved into this one in 57. A few of the old folks that were, well, they weren't old folks when I was a little kid around here, but some of them are still in the neighborhood and still showing up yearly for our parties. The mayor, Dan Rowe, lives next door here. We let him be the captain. I have the level driveway and we're right on the corner, so we have it here. All I have to do is move a car and sweep the driveway, bring out some chairs, people bring tables. The food gets better every year. The crowd gets bigger every year. We didn't have our accordion performance this year, but we've had musical performances before. Mostly it's just a gathering of everybody. Some of these folks, when we were little kids, we were abusing them all, bouncing balls off their roofs, screaming, running around their neighborhoods, chasing their kids around. Now they can still come around and tell us the tales. Mostly it's meeting the new people that have moved in and trying to find out who lives around us now. We had quite a crowd here a little while ago. We had a fire truck with a bunch of police cars. The kids got fire hats. They got to climb around, take pictures in the trucks, talk to the chief of police. Generally, you catch up on so much that when people are leaving, they're turning around and going, we can't wait another year for another party like this. If we could, we'd have one at Christmas time and gather up here in the snow. And that might be an idea. But some people live in neighborhoods where they don't want to know their neighbors. And so it's a good sign here that people are friendly and willing to deal with those around them. Well, thank you for coming on down. Like I say, we should do it again in about 6 months here, but if nothing else in the summertime.
Knowing your community makes it for a better place to live. It enriches your life, enriches the lives of your neighbors. You never know who you're going to meet. It's people you have never met before come out to a block party, and you get to hear some amazing stories and hear everyone's background, and it's just really neat. It is what Roseville's all about, and that's why it's such a great place to live.